The stock market ended the day in the green, and we have a lot to talk about in this video. Now, one of the first things I'll say is that if you are new to investing and you're trying to figure out how to start investing, please know that investing involves risk and there's a potential that you could lose money temporarily if you invest the right way. One of the basic tenets of investing is that have a long-term view. Generally speaking, most people want to invest and make quick gains. And we all do want to make gains. However, when it comes quickly, there's a probability that it will go away quickly. Hence the reason why when it comes to investing, you want to have a long-term approach so that your risk of losing money on a short term can often be corrected with a long-term approach. So that means you shouldn't have any fears or worries about investing right now. Let's assume that you want to start investing and you only have $100 to start with. One of the things I would tell you is that don't sweat it. Understand that you've come to the right place. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please remember to subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe to this channel, you will gain a lot of valuable information going forward, especially in this current environment we are in. About 2 weeks ago, we were in a situation where we couldn't tell where the future was going, especially with the stock market. Last week, the stock market recovered and made some quick gains, knowing that, hey, we might still have some things to worry about in the near future. This week, today being Monday at the recording of this video, 28th of April 2025, the stock market ended the day in the green. We initially had a sell-off during the day and we made a quick recovery towards the end of the day and ended slightly up. But one thing I want to tell you is that starting to invest right now is a great time. You see, when it comes to investing, best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time to invest is now. So do not wait any further and start today. Now, if you're curious as to how you can start, here are my recommendations to you. The first thing you want to do is that before you invest any money, make sure it's not money that you will need in the near term. So if you need the money to pay your bills or you need money to pay for certain emergencies that could come up, please do not invest that money. That's not what I would want for you. Once you have met those typical bills and you have saved some money for emergencies, then you should consider investing some money. So you have two options when you want to start investing. You could choose to invest, say, for retirement, or you could choose to invest, say, for an important need in the near term, maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now. And a good example of that would be maybe you want to buy a house, maybe you want to buy a car, maybe you want to invest for education and the likes. The point here is you have a plan that you want to work towards and you want to start saving some money. But instead of putting that money in a savings account, you want the money to work for you in addition to what you put into that account. And that is where we can talk about a Roth IRA account or maybe a 401k account. And there's SEP IRA and the likes for people that may own businesses as well for retirement. But if you're a person who already has maybe some of this type of accounts like 401ks or retirement accounts, and you just want something to start getting into the market right away and you can have access to that money without any penalty other than taxes on the gains you make, then a brokerage account may be ideal for you. Understand, this is not financial advice. This is just for educational purposes. So please always consult a financial advisor when necessary. Now, moving on. Now, once you decide you're going to open a brokerage account, then you want to consider the institution you want to open with or a brokerage firm you want to open with. There are so many of them. If you just go on Google, do a quick search, you will come across a ton. Now, one of the ones that I use, and it's generally used by a lot of people, is Robinhood. Now, if you're interested in using Robinhood, please check the link below to open an account with Robinhood and you would get some free stocks in addition to that. Once you have your account opened up, you would then need to decide what you need to invest in. Understand, the initial step is to open the account, and then the next step will be to fund the account, which will require you to connect your bank account to the app. I know a lot of people get worried about this. There's so many options in which you can transfer to your Robinhood account or any other brokerage account you use. So feel free to explore what you feel comfortable with. Once that is done, you will then need to transfer the money into that account. Once that money is transferred into the account, know that it's not done. The next step would then be to find investments to put your money in. Now, understand that there are so many types of investments like stocks, cryptocurrencies, you have ETFs, mutual funds, and index funds, and many more. But for the purpose of this video, let's talk about stocks for now. A stock is a partial ownership of a company. If you have a company and somebody wants to invest in that company, the person can buy shares of that company. aka stocks. The more stocks the person owns in the company, or the more shares of the company person owns, the more control they have. However, when you are trying to invest in, let's say, Apple, Nvidia, and the likes, hey, you probably don't have billions of dollars to invest, I'm guessing. If you do, please shoot me a shot. I definitely want to get to know you. Considering you only have $100 to invest, then you can choose to invest in specific companies if you desire. But I would often caution against that. My recommendation is always to go with ETFs, exchange traded funds. This type of funds trade like stocks so that you can buy and sell within the stock market period, and you can sell anytime you want as well. However, we're not trying to trade at this point. We're trying to invest. If you are curious about what type of ETF to invest in, well, there are tons of them. But because I want you to walk away feeling confident about whatever you will do after watching this video, then I will advise that you invest in, say, SPY, VIG, or VTI. These three are slightly different, but they offer a lot of diversification. They are relatively cheap, and remember, you don't necessarily have to put in $500 for maybe VGT, or you don't necessarily have to put in $250 for a specific ETF. The goal is to invest that $100, which means by buying a share of, say, SPY, you will be able to buy fractional shares of SPY. So whatever your $100 will give you will be converted into the number of shares you can hold of that ETF. By the way, if you're finding value in this video, please don't forget to drop a like on the video. It goes a long way. And definitely don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you're notified of my next upload. Once you buy your shares or your ETF or your mutual fund, whatever you have chosen to put your money in, then the next thing is to set up recurring buy orders. How does this work? Well, think about it this way. If you do not set up recurring buy orders or a recurring investment plan in place, what will happen is majority of people that are new to investing will see the stock market go red tomorrow, and guess what? They want to run away because they're scared, they've lost money, or sometimes they do the worst part, which is they try to sell and get out. That is not what you want to do. You really want to buy low. So yes, you might have bought at a slightly expensive price, but you can still continue to buy even when it goes down, because now you accumulate more of the shares at a lower price, which means when that stock or ETF recovers, your value tends to grow exponentially, which is a good thing. Talking about exponential growth, have you heard about compound interest? After you've set up your recurring buy orders and you let it sit, maybe it's every Monday, maybe it's every day, maybe it's every month, whatever works for you, you then want to make sure that this is left alone. Don't try to time the market. Don't try to sell. Don't try to be a guru, because you can't beat the market. Time in the market always beats timing the market. So the goal is to let this continue to go in the long-term plan we've set. And next point is the compound interest. With time, your interest on the money you make makes more money for you. So think about it. If you've invested in 2023, you made 20%. That 20% gain you made would then make another 20% plus whatever the value of your portfolio is in 2024. And now you roll that into 2025 and it compounds and it goes on like that. And that is exactly what you want to do. The goal is to see this grow long term. Remember, because this is a brokerage account, you are likely to get taxed if you sell. And we can get into the taxes of long-term and short-term taxes. But for the sake of this particular video, we're going to end it here. And if you're interested in taxes, both long-term, short-term, and the difference, well, check out the next video that I'll be releasing at some point, which will be here, and you will benefit from that. See you in a future video.